Hello, and welcome back to Shakti Dreams Awaken. Today's topic is going to be about whether you take your significant other, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, whatever it is to you, do you take this person for granted? And if you're on the receiving end where you feel like you've been taken for granted, how do you recognize that? What is it that has you feeling that way? And then what do you do about it? Because that's how resentment starts in a relationship. To resent that you feel like you're being taken advantage of. So what do? Do you just say, okay, well, I feel this way, but there's somebody else out there that I'm going to go and look for because I'm feeling this way? Or do you communicate with your spouse or your boyfriend or girlfriend and tell them why you feeling this way? A lot of times, I think that's what breaks down relationships. Is that you're feeling a way, whatever reason you're feeling this way, and how you feel is how you perceive, and what you're feeling is what you're going through at the time. So if you decide, well, I feel like this person don't respect me anymore because of the way they talk to me, what they're saying to me, how they're treating me, how they're not treating me. Because it don't always have to be what they did. It could be what they failed to do. And you might notice that they treat their friends better than you. And you're like, but why is that? Why are you not, they might have these opposite sex friends. And like, if it's a guy, he may have female friends, and you feel like, well, his female friends, he treats much better than you. There's an issue. Like, why are you doing that? You're not treating me the same way, but you're treating your friend better than your girlfriend or your wife. No. So you have to communicate because nobody's a mind reader. A lot of times we women think the little hints that we give men should be enough. No, it's not enough. You have to spell it out for a lot of guys. You have to spell it out, women. You have to tell them directly, hey, I don't like when you do this. It makes me feel like this. And instead of yelling and screaming and attacking the person, you just say to them, can we talk about this? There's something we need to talk about. And they're like, what is it? They get scared when they hear it's something we need to talk about. But you tell them, listen, it's something we need to talk about. The other day when you did such and such, I really didn't like that because it made me feel like this. And they might say, well, that wasn't my intention to make you feel like that. And I didn't know that you were feeling that way. So they should be happy that you tell them. Now, there are some circumstances where you go and you tell them how you're feeling and they get an attitude. They're like, what the hell are you telling me? And why you got to tell me this? And like they don't want to hear it because they get on the defensive. They get on the defensive and say, well, you know what? That's your fault. You feel like that. I didn't do nothing to you because they're not mature enough. They don't understand that it's not that you're attacking them, but it's something that they have to understand that this is what happened. They may not have meant to do it, but this is how you feel. And a lot of times that comes from things that you've done in the past or things that's happened to you in the past. You may have had a boyfriend in your past who didn't treat you right at all, may have abused you in some way, put their hands on you physically or mentally abused you in that they played mind games, made you think that things that they did was your fault. Like they're not wanting to be with you no more. Oh, it was your fault that I slept with her because you didn't want to give me none that night. What? Okay. Really? What happened to we say we're going to be monogamous and we're in this together? If something's going wrong with my body at the time or I'm not in the mood, so I can't give it to you, so you go get somewhere else. You ain't gonna like it if I switch it up on you, and you not satisfying me, and I decide, well, I'm going somewhere else too, because usually what you dish out, especially when men dish it out, they don't like when women go and pick up the ball rolling and dish it back. So no, it's something that you need to understand. You can't do it, so you need to speak to your significant other or your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is to you, and let them know how you feel. Like the last segment I talked about was your standards. In getting to know your person that you're with, that person should be your friend. And if they're your friend, you should be able to talk to them about anything. And yes, sometimes friends have misunderstandings. Don't get me wrong. You may misunderstand and have, a misunderstanding, but you should be able to talk to them and they should be able to listen. But this also goes to the maturity level. Just because somebody's 35, or just because somebody's 25, or just because somebody's 55 or 45 doesn't mean they're mature. You got a lot of people with numbers, but their real maturity age is 10 or 20 years younger than what they really are. They're just not up there yet. And sometimes that takes time. Now, you might have gotten to a relationship with somebody who you're like, this person acts like a baby with every little thing that you do, and want to say to them, and again, that goes back to trying to learn the person before you get too committed. You have to try. You have to be around their family. You have to try. You have to. Now, friends are gonna lie. Don't get me wrong. I did the friend thing where you ask friends to tell you something on the slide. Guy friends, if I've had only maybe one or two guy friends that even though they were friends with the person that was trying to talk to me, they gave me the information that I needed. And I never let nobody know. I didn't go back and say to the guy, well, your friend told me. Ladies, use your head. If you have a friend of a friend come and tell you something, zip your lip. Don't let the man you with know who told you what. You won't get that information again. It's like zip the lip. What you telling the information to them for? To give you credibility. You got your credibility. You should know already. Hey, I know the truth. Even if they denying it, you know what happened. So just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. But communication is something that you should be doing. You should need to learn to do effectively. Because yelling, screaming, calling people names, coming out of character because you upset does not get you anywhere. But an honest conversation will. If you really sit down with your partner and you say to them, listen, this is what's happening. We need to talk about it. We need to do it. Now, there are exceptions to the rule. You have some people, for whatever reason, it could be mental, could it be something's wrong with them, that they cannot process certain information correctly. In that situation, you're basically stuck. You're gonna need some intervention, outside intervention for those people. Sometimes you have men who listen to other men, but won't listen to you. They'll listen to their relatives, but they don't listen to you. And they will listen to everybody else but you. So in that respect, if you know that that's the person you have, or men, you have a woman like that, then you got to find somebody else that they will listen to and talk to them about that. And usually when it happens like that, you get results. So this is just a short segment to tell you, if you're having that issue about communication, you feel like you're being taken for granted, or something that you don't like and you need somebody else to help you, call a girlfriend, call a guy friend, call someone that they trust to talk to them and intervene for you. All right, well, you have a good one. I wish you peace, love, and joy. and in all things get understanding.